every point is important, isn't it? The performances have been up and down, but I suppose the main thing is those points keep ticking over.
Yeah, well, I see progression and I see improvement in us, and I, for one, are not expecting every game to be exactly how we want it. You know, there's going to be times where we're off the pace of it a little bit, or somebody's a little bit inconsistent. That's the type of team that we are at the minute. But as long as they work as hard as they possibly can, and they've done that, as I say, I think we're progressing, because I think we were disappointed that we put in that performance. We were expecting to kick on a little bit from Peterborough.
Yeah, I see. Okay, you mentioned the finishing and the lack of it. Is that something you work on the training ground then, just to hone right and get right?
We work a lot on areas to where people have got to be, you know, and that's what disappointed me on Saturday, because there was times where McGlashan was put through, and to me, he should have had 4 options, but he didn't. There was times where he had 1 option because everybody was standing in the same area. And so that's the little things that we've spoken about that this morning, and we talk about that quite a bit. And I was disappointed with it because of the pace that we've got in the team. We are always going to get those opportunities now. Now sometimes we can't catch them. They're that quick. When McGlashan and Dickinson get going, sometimes you can't get in the box. But on Saturday it was the perfect situation. Whoever played in McGlashan, I can't remember now, but he then had the opportunity to square it, chip it, or whatever. And I didn't think there was enough. There weren't enough options for him.
That's okay. And you've got a big game, massive game coming up at Sheffield United. It's one everyone looks forward to.
Well, it's a nice place to go and play. You know, again, it's another club that you don't expect to be in League One. Fantastic stadium, good support. They're doing well. I know they got beat on Saturday, but they're doing well. They're going to be a very hard opponent. But yeah, you're right. You know, it's a place where people enjoy the atmosphere. I want to enjoy the end of the match.
Like you did last season, that must have been a special day. It was early on in your sort of return here, wasn't it? You must have enjoyed that one.
Yes, yeah, and we were a little bit unlucky because we had a couple of players went off quite early, I think, in that game. And you know, I know Bradley Dack come on, and Keds had to go off, and I think Steve Gregory had to go off. So we done fantastic there to get a result. We'd like to do the same thing again, but we know it's going to be a tough match.
And you got the early goal, didn't you? I think was it Kedwell. I think might have got
Kedwell got the early goal, and that's when he got injured.
That's a key thing, isn't it? That the place is like.
Yeah, I think at that time Nigel was just getting to know the players, to be fair, and I think that now you'll see it's Nigel's team a little bit more. A lot of the players there now are the ones that he's took there, so that's a little bit different. So they were still, you know, learning about each other, I think, at that time. So, but same thing applies. If we can go up there and start better than them, who knows?
And they did lose heavily at the weekend, but like you said, that they started well, and they are a good team. They're a team to be
yeah, no, they're a good team, and I think anybody could go to Swindon and get beat. You know, Swindon are one of the best football teams that we've seen this season, without a doubt. And you speak to a lot of opposing managers, they say the same. So I think anybody could go and concede 5 goals at Swindon. But they'll be determined. They play Orient tomorrow night, which I'm going to go and watch, and so we'll see what they do.
And Coventry match was just around the corner, and no one gave your team much of a chance there, but you really gave them a good going.
Yes, and a lot of people have shown you know, good respect, I think, on the strength of their performance against Coventry. A lot of managers are saying, you know, you were unlucky and so on. So it's up to us to keep that going, you know. And as I say, signs were good on Saturday that we were disappointed how we played. That to me is a good sign. Last year there was times where we'd have cried out to get a clean sheet. You know, now all of a sudden we've got 4. I think we've let in 1 or 2 goals in the last 6 or 7, something like that. So that's not bad.
I see. And apart from Danny Kedwell and Stuart Nelson, clean bill of health at the minute as we speak on Tuesday?
Clean bill of health at the minute, and Stuart Nelson also is training with us now, doing very well now. So he's pushing on. So he's that's good. So you know, that's he'll be delighted to be back out there.
I'm sure the fans will as well. He's obviously a popular player.
Yeah, popular player. But Stephen also has done great. Glenn Morris has done great. I can't believe I'm praising 3 goalkeepers. They'd be surprised to hear that from me.
Brilliant, thank you.
No problem.